Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today we are working on the Sora and its electrical problems. So I'm going to run you through that real quick. The Sora has a common issue that I think is very similar to the issue that the S14s have with the wiring loom. And that is that the dumbasses in the Toyota factory ran them under the guard. That's right above the wheel. So I've had to strip the interior out, unplug it all from the circuit board. That's the next thing I gotta do is go try to pull it through. But there's two wires which I don't know where the fuck they go. So that's gonna be a mission. I might end up just having to cut them, but I'm scared that there's the immobilizer. Because if it's the immobilizer, I'm fucked. I gotta stop swearing so much. This is the state the car is currently in. It is not pretty. And there is not much space to work with in this garage because, well, yeah. Anyways. So what I've already done is obviously taken the front bumper off. I've taken the fenders off. I don't know why I took this one off. I just did because, fuck it. I want to check for rust and stuff. Headlights have come out. And then I've unplugged from the brake booster. And also, the wiper motor. This was a pain in the ass to get to. This is a real pain in the ass. And I ended up cutting myself quite a bit on these little pieces of jagged metal. I've also relocated. You know what? We're not even going to talk about that yet. But this is the main issue down here. As you can see, because I've put the car on coilovers, it started to wear through the guard on the wiring loom. And I don't want that to happen because that'll be a big headache. So we trace it back all the way to here and boom, goes straight into the footwell of the driver's side. So then we come in here and hello, where's my fucking interior going? It's everywhere. And because this car is manual swapped, it wasn't factory manual, there is a mess of wires that I have to deal with. So this is just gonna be basically a wild goose chase trying to find the two missing or mystery wires. But yeah, aside from that, that's where we're up to. That's what's going on. Also, I'm not sure the last time I made a video if I'd put it on coilovers or not, so that's new. It's not suited for those, so don't tell the cops. But yeah, aside from that, the car's been fucking wonderful. I've already gone through a set of tires just drifting here and there, so yeah. So now that we're down here under the car, or under the dash, these are the two mystery wires I was talking about. They're both black. I think one of them has, oh no, they both have little red splotches on them. So everything else is unplugged aside from these, and I don't know where they go. Which is going to be painful. I think I'm probably going to have to rip the dash out. And it might be a good thing considering this is how I'm currently sitting. Oh, there's not much space in here. So upon removing some more of the dash, I have found something very interesting. I have no idea what this is. It is a turbo timer, which is crazy. Really cool. So I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna see later on if I can actually get this to work, because I really do need to have a turbo timer. Because I got two turbos. Double the cooling. But anyways, back to where we were going. Where are those two wires? So I haven't found where they go, but I have found out that they're spliced. So they're just spliced with solder. They had tape wrapped around them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to desolder them and then resolder them once I pull the loom through. So it should work out. I still don't know what they are. I mean, they're connected to something. but I've tried to trace them following the colors all the way to here, and they just disappear. They vanish. So I don't know what's going on. Okay, so after a little bit of messing around, I managed to get it out and back in. So they're now, the wiring harness, sorry, is now running back up through here and over the top of the strut tower and back to where it originally came through. So everything is good. Everything is the way it should be. Now I've got to, put everything back together. I've already plugged the wiper motor back in, plugged the brake booster back in. I got to plug everything into the circuit board, and then I've got to do the soldering in there for the 2 wires, the mystery wires that I snipped. And that is going to be a headache because I have no space to work with. How am I supposed to solder in there? So I have an update. Basically what's going on right now is the car runs. Everything is plugged in. Everything is all good to go. I haven't checked the headlights. I haven't checked the indicators or anything yet, so I'll check those later. But everything's plugged in. The car runs. And I managed to get the immobilizer to work. 12 volts going into it, so it can detect that the car is on, isn't working, so it has to be switched on and off manually. And you got 15 more seconds, and the car should turn off. What I'm going to do for the rest of the day is I'm going to have a look in the engine bay and see if I can find anything that needs to be removed. I'm going to put the car back together, and we'll take it for a drive. Just like clockwork. That's so beautiful. Alright, so after a lot of fucking around, I managed to finish what I started. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of exactly what it entails. So if you wanted to do this yourself, what you're going to have to do is, first of all, you find these wires. Normally they run up along here. Take these 2 bolts out, pull that out. Then what you want to do is go into the footwell, and under there is going to be a circuit board. Now trace the wires and unplug the ones that look like they go through the second hole in the floor well. So this one, not this one, but this one. So unplug those. Then once you've unplugged them, trace this wire back to where it goes, which is generally cruise control, wipers, and the brake booster. So unplug those, pull that out, and pull them through this grommet. Then what you want to do is pull the wires that you unplugged in the circuit board out, and with the grommet, or this backer, pull them the whole way out along the fender liner, out through this hole where the intercooler piping would be. So disconnect the intercooler piping, and then wrap them over the top where this is gone, and zip tie them in, make sure they're tight, and make sure they're not rubbing on anything, make sure they're sealed. Back through this hole, and then pull these wires back through the grommet. And what was the next part? Bolt the grommet back in and go and plug everything back in. It sounds like an easy job, but it ends up being a pain in the ass, especially when you've got accessories you didn't know about on a 35-year-old car. So, yes. But it's done. The interior's back together. I managed to get the turbo timer working, which is absolutely great. And now I'm going to have to put the whole front end back together, but that's pretty much the end of the video. I'm sorry that the camera angles didn't really show much of anything going on, and I couldn't really film in the footwell because, unfortunately, I could barely fit a second hand in there, let alone a phone to film on. I'm still trying to figure this stuff out. I'm still real new to it. The wires, the mystery wires in the footwell that were part of the Loom have been snipped. I did not resolder them. I found out later on when I was trying to start the car that they didn't change or adjust anything. What are they called? Indicators. My indicators, the relay doesn't work for them anymore, so now they're just like boom, 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 boom. Like they're going like ape shit, like a minigun. But they still work, and that's really all I need. So maybe there was something to do with the blinkers or the indicators. I don't know, to be completely honest with you. They've just been snipped. I taped them up, so they're just in there hanging willy-nilly. Okay, so the next thing I have to do for this car is, realistically, there's a dual caliper setup and a dual caliper and hydro brake setup that I need to do. That's like top of the list. Like absolute top of the list right now. The next thing after that would be hydro brake angle kit. There we go, angle kit. Okay, we need to get an angle kit. There's a kit that I have been eyeing up for ages. I just don't have enough money to order it yet. But that is going to be a whole separate video. I'm going to do a video into doing the hydro brake setup and the dual caliper setup. Then I'll do another video on doing the angle kit. Both of those are fairly easy. I'm pretty sure I can cut my teeth on those. Then a body kit. Yes! Finally, the car won't look like a piece of shit. So, that'll be great. A body kit will make this thing look beautiful, regardless of whether it's painted or not. Because at the moment, it looks like it's come out of a junkyard, to be completely honest with you. So, that's what the plan is. That's the goal. Anyways, that'll happen when it happens. I'll see you guys in hopefully less than another month, but probably knowing me another month. But yeah, it's been good. I promise next time it will be better. I promise.